back in October 2017, astronomers spotted something totally weird, an object from another star system cruising through our own. They called it Oumuamua, which is Hawaiian for messenger or scout. Ever since, it's been a hot topic for scientists. Its path, long shape, and strange movements made it a real head-scratcher. Now, thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, we've got our first real look at this space traveler. Oumuamua looked like nothing we'd seen before. Unlike comets, it didn't have a tail or any gas coming off it. And unlike asteroids, it was speeding away from the sun faster than gravity could explain. Since its discovery, people have come up with all sorts of ideas about what it could be, from chunks of hydrogen ice to maybe even an alien spaceship. But nothing really made sense until now. The James Webb Telescope, launched in December 2021, is built to figure out the universe's biggest puzzles. It can see infrared light, which lets it spot details that other scopes can't. When Webb pointed at Oumuamua way far away by now, it snapped an amazing pic, the first real image of this mystery object. The picture backs up what people had only guessed before. Oumuamua is long and oddly shaped, with a surface full of dents and craters. That shows it's been traveling through space for billions of years. But the coolest thing is what it's made of: weird stuff that we don't usually see in our solar system. This suggests Oumuamua came from a part of space that's very different from our own. One of the biggest puzzles about Oumuamua was why it sped up as it left our solar system. Webb's observations ruled out gas, but brought up new possibilities. One cool idea is that it has a light sail, a technology that uses light to push it through space. Because the James Webb Telescope can analyze the light bouncing off Oumuamua, scientists figured out what its surface is made of. It's a mix of metals and minerals that we don't see around here, plus hints of stuff that could make organic molecules. The data show a shiny material that might explain why it's so bright, along with stuff that hints it formed in a young, chaotic star system. All this gives us clues about other parts of the universe that are totally different from our neighborhood. One recent idea is that Oumuamua might be a piece of a planet that got ripped apart by a huge star or a black hole. If that's true, it's a survivor of something crazy, carrying the history of a lost world. This would give us a new way to learn about how star systems change over time and how really bad events can create objects that travel through the galaxy. The organic stuff on Oumuamua has made people wonder if it could be carrying the building blocks of life to other star systems. Could objects like this be spreading the ingredients for life around the cosmos? If so, it might change the way we think about the universe and even our own origins. Oumuamua is more than just a space rock. It's a time capsule. Studying it can teach us about events that happened billions of years ago and how star systems interact. Plus, figuring out what it's made of will help us plan future missions to study similar objects, giving us a new view of how galaxies work. This discovery is a reminder that the universe is full of mysteries to solve, and Oumuamua is just the beginning. It's challenged our ideas about the universe and our place in it. If it turns out to be artificial, it could be our first hint of alien life, which would change everything. Oumuamua has inspired a new generation of scientists and engineers to think big. Projects like Breakthrough Starshot, which wants to build superfast probes, are just the start of exploring other star systems. These missions could study objects like Oumuamua up close, helping us answer questions we haven't even thought of yet. With each new thing we learn, we're getting closer to a future where we can not only see the universe but also interact with it. Oumuamua, the interstellar messenger, is a door to a universe full of possibilities. These discoveries have changed astronomy, making us ask questions about where we come from, our place in the universe, and what our future holds. Because of the James Webb Telescope, we're one step closer to understanding what it means to be part of something so big and complex. Oumuamua is a reminder that even though we're small, our curiosity and desire to explore make us great. The universe is inviting us to dream, and Oumuamua is just the start. Now, what do you think Oumuamua is telling us? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to hear more about space mysteries, subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Finding Oumuamua didn't just start a new chapter in astronomy. It also changed how we think about the edge of our solar system. Astronomers used to think that the space between stars was too big and empty for objects to travel through often. Oumuamua proved them wrong. Since then, scientists have been working harder to find similar objects. Projects like the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's Legacy Survey of Space and Time (LSST) will look for fast-moving space rocks that enter our solar system, giving us a chance to study them up close or even send a spacecraft to meet them. Because of this, Oumuamua might be remembered not just as a mystery, but as the first of many messengers from other star systems. The stuff found on Oumuamua suggests that the ingredients for life can form in different places in the universe. This supports the idea that life might not be unique to Earth. If objects like Oumuamua carry complex molecules between star systems, they could be spreading the seeds of life far and wide. Some scientists even wonder about possible signs of alien technology on future visitors. If an object looks like it wasn't formed naturally, like if it has perfect shapes or uses strange materials, it could start a new search for alien intelligence. But besides all the science, Oumuamua also sparks our imagination. It reminds us how little we know about the universe and how each new discovery pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible. Because of this, space agencies and private groups are planning missions to catch up with interstellar objects. Project Lyra, for example, is looking at using solar sails to chase Oumuamua or other objects like it. These missions could let us study what these objects are made of and maybe even bring back samples. Getting a sample from another star system would be a huge accomplishment, giving us clues about how planets, stars, and even life are formed. Because of Oumuamua, we might also design future telescopes to be better at tracking fast-moving objects. These telescopes would help us find interstellar visitors and also improve our ability to defend against space rocks. In many ways, Oumuamua is an invitation to look beyond our own solar system and realize that we're part of a much bigger, more active universe. It's not just a rock or a spaceship. It's a symbol of exploration, mystery, and the endless questions that are waiting for us among the stars. Because the James Webb Telescope can see the light bouncing off Oumuamua, scientists could figure out what its surface is made of. It turns out it has a mix of metals and minerals we don't see in our solar system, along with traces of stuff that could turn into organic molecules. Pretty neat. One of the most interesting things is that it has a very shiny material, which could explain why it's so bright. And it has compounds suggesting it may have formed in a young active star system. These clues give us cool hints about what happens in different areas of the universe. One recent idea is that Oumuamua could be a piece of a planet that got destroyed by huge forces, like from a big star or black hole. These forces could have ripped the planet apart, making weirdly shaped objects. If that's true, Oumuamua would be like a survivor of a space disaster, carrying the story of a lost world. This opens doors to figuring out how star systems change and how crazy events can send stuff flying through space. The organic stuff on Oumuamua's surface has made some people wonder if it could be carrying the building blocks of life. Could Oumuamua naturally spread molecules to other star systems? This idea, interstellar panspermia, hints that space objects like Oumuamua might help spread the ingredients for life all over the place. It makes you wonder if our own lives might be connected to similar events way back when. Oumuamua is more than just a space rock. It's like a time capsule with stories of cosmic events from billions of years ago. Studying it teaches us not just about where it came from, but also how star systems interact. The work on Oumuamua is paving the way for missions to chase down and examine these interstellar travelers, which could give us a whole new view of how things work in space. This discovery is a reminder that the universe is full of secrets, and Oumuamua is just the start. Oumuamua has not only challenged what we thought we knew about space, but it's also made us think about our place in the universe. It reminds us that we're just a small part of something incredibly big and that stuff like this happens all the time, even far beyond what we can see. If it turns out this thing was made by aliens, it could be the first hint of other intelligent life which would change everything. Oumuamua has inspired a new generation of space enthusiasts to push the boundaries. Projects like Breakthrough Starshot, which is trying to make super-fast space probes, are only the start. Future missions could chase down objects like Oumuamua and study them up close, helping us answer some of the biggest questions we have. With each thing we find, we're moving toward a time when we can not only watch the universe but also interact with it in ways we can barely imagine now. Oumuamua, the interstellar messenger, is way more than just an object that flew by. It's a doorway to a universe filled with mind-blowing mysteries. These discoveries have changed astronomy and brought up questions about where we come from, where we fit in the universe, and what our future holds. Thanks to the James Webb Telescope, we've taken a big step toward understanding our place in this awesome, complicated universe. Oumuamua is a reminder that even though we're small, our curiosity and love of exploration make us great. The universe is calling us to dream big, and Oumuamua is just the beginning. What do you think Oumuamua is telling us? The finding of Oumuamua has opened a new chapter in just watching space and has questioned long-held ideas about how far our solar system reaches. For a long time, space experts felt that space between stars was too big and unfriendly for objects to often go through. Oumuamua changed how we think. Since Oumuamua passed by, scientists have tried harder to find similar objects in space. New projects, such as the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's Legacy Survey of Space and Time LSST, are looking for interstellar objects that come into the solar system quickly. This would give us a chance to look at them closely or catch them with spacecraft. Oumuamua may be remembered not as a puzzle, but as the first of many space messengers from far away. The thing found on Oumuamua's surface shows that what life needs, organic molecules, can take form in different places in space. This helps one of the most important science ideas that life may not be only on Earth. If objects like Oumuamua travel to different star systems carrying complex molecules, then the start of life could be across the galaxy. Some researchers talk about technosignature signs of special technology that can be detected in the future travelers' objects that act differently from the usual, that don't move how they should. For all the value Oumuamua has, it also makes us imagine, as it shows how little we know about the universe. Space agencies and groups have started to think about missions to catch up with objects in space. Project Lyra is now planning on using ships with high ship speeds to reach them. These ships could let us see how the objects are made, maybe even take pieces. Having pieces brought back to us could show the past planet. It shows the beginning of stars, planet, and maybe even life. Tools used could now be made to have better tracking. Oumuamua is space showing us more an easy way for humanity to be part of dynamic world. It's space rocket exploration, it's endless and to go beyond.